Hey, my name's J.R. Timothy, comedy genius at Chamber.Media, and I'm here with my good friend,
Corbett.
And he's going to show us how to fall out of this tree with a ladder, safely.
Cool.
Corbett's our stunt coordinator today for one of our clients on set, and he has done so many awesome things with us.
Can your no-show socks stay on your feet all day?
And he's going to tell us how to safely have someone fall out of a tree.
Okay, so you know how we're always talking about present the problem and then solve the problem? So we have this brand called Blingle. They do exterior illumination. Christmas lights. So what is everybody's worst fear when hanging Christmas lights? Falling. So what are we gonna do? We are gonna show somebody falling because they didn't use Blingle. Now back to you, JR.
So when setting up a stunt like this, what is the first thing you look at?
First thing I look at is how we can do it the most safe within a reasonable budget. If we were doing this with a $50,000 budget, we'd get a crane up here and have the entire thing on a decel rig.
That's fantastic.
So what's the tier down
So
from that?
the tier down from that is doing it practically and using a method that's been used for literally 100 years in film, and it's still used today all the time, and that's with a box catcher. You gotta be careful. It's not something you should just experiment with at home because there's a lot of ways to do it wrong, but essentially you set up a bunch of boxes, you keep them together, and then you pad up the top of the boxes, and people have been doing, I mean, up to like 60 feet on boxes for 100 years.
Also, one thing before I forget, legally, you're supposed to read all this. All right, enjoy.
Devin's gonna be a performer. He's great, and instead of having him bail off, we're just going to have him kind of just locked on the ladder and just tip backwards until he hits the pad, because one, that's more easy to do consistently, and also it looks a little better.
The first shot will be the fall.
Okay.
And then we're gonna get a plate. And then we'll get the practical where you're actually gonna hit the ground. Okay. And it's just like a little bit tighter. You won't be very far up.
So the goal of this stunt is our actor is going to be on top of this ladder. He's going to be up in the tree setting up the lights, but it's going to be bad because he's not using the product. So he's going to go from the top of the ladder and fall down onto all these boxes here safely. Don't do this at home, kids.
Once we get that in a little tighter.
Yeah. So Corbett, how
Yes.
much feet of boxes do you need per height?
Well, one row of boxes won't do much. Once you get two, they have this cool thing. They kind of like fan out a lot of air.
Okay.
So it is kind of like, it acts kind of like a giant airbag. And also just these things, like each one of these is strong enough on their own. It's kind of the whole like breaking a bunch of pencils thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
Like I could walk on this no problem and nothing would crumble. There's a chance when Devin lands that they wouldn't even break any boxes. Yeah, they do a good job breaking the fall, but like you still need to land right. There's still enough impact that if like you land like tailbone heavy with like your neck curled, it's gonna jar your back up.
So when you fall, you want to make sure that you go
Yeah,
all out, full
pretty
flat.
much be a pancake on it. Yeah. Because if you land tucked, you're gonna want to shoot straight to the boxes.
So no cannonballs into the boxes.
Yeah, no
That's good to know.
cannonballs.
Here we go, we're getting ready. I'm gonna let the professional focus so I don't distract him and hurt our talents. We are moments away from doing this stunt here where he's gonna fall from the ladder and hit these pads here. One thing you wanna make sure you do is you don't rush your stunts. You wanna make sure you take the time to be safe, make sure it's good, make sure the camera's framed up right. And also, we needed it to be dark anyway, so we had plenty of time to get this set up so that we could do something awesome and record it and be ready. All right, Corbett, we got the boxes set up, we got the lights set, the camera's getting ready. Looks like the ladder's in place.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else that we're missing for this? Is there anything else that people need to consider when it comes to doing stunts?
Yes, one thing is that you don't need to do it once, you need to be able to do it a lot of times. So you gotta be able to do something consistently. And that's one thing that a lot of people don't, is even like protecting your body, a lot of people think, yeah, I'll check myself off this ledge. And it's like, that's cool that you're willing to do that, but you have to be able to do it 50 times today and then also be able to walk tomorrow because we have seen tomorrow. You don't work if you're hurt, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like keep yourself safe, keep everyone else safe. We just have to make sure that we're consistent. Like I think the most dangerous part of this stunt actually is just ascending this ladder because
climbing up the ladder is the most dangerous part, you think?
Probably the most dangerous part because you don't have pads immediately underneath it, and because of the nature of the gag, we need to see it tilting back like this, not even fall. And if we put it back far enough to where it'd be secure, that would just look ridiculous if it kicked out at that angle. So like we have to be right on that kind of fulcrum point. Like those are the kind of things that are kind of dangerous that you have to be careful with. And I've tested this many times, climbed up it, made sure it's pretty secure, and try to just mitigate all risks that you can.
So it's good that you should be able to test it. If you didn't feel comfortable testing, would you send a stunt man up there to do it?
No, I wouldn't send anyone to do anything I wouldn't feel comfortable with unless they're like, you know, a specialist. Especially because I'm dressed like this, I'm comfortable. Our guy's dressed like that.
Like that.
So.
You ready?
Let's do it.
You ready?
Let's do it.
I'm ready.
All right,
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. I'm gonna do this snap.
And that's how you do the stunts. All right, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to us to see more Chamber Media tutorials where we'll teach you everything. We'll teach you. I'm sure you can get it from the whatever you want us to talk about, put it in the comments below, and we'll get to it. So take this information and go make something awesome.